Yes, people, welcome back to another stream. Manchester City are in the World Cup final. That's right, the World Cup final. Now, it is the Club World Cup final, but we are in the World Cup final. We are 90 minutes away from being champions of the world should we beat Fluminense this Friday evening. We have beaten Urawa Reds 3-0 in the Club World Cup semi-final, and it feels good, man. It feels good. I'm really happy. I didn't think I would care as much about winning this competition as I do now. You know, once the ball is kicked, you naturally like, I want to win every single game. I want to win every single trophy available. And I really like the idea of just completing the set of trophies. I really like the idea of the club just completing football, as I said in the preview, you know. The club has completed football if we win on Friday. You know, you've conquered England, you've conquered Europe, and then you've got on to conquer the world. But listen, today we won 3-0. The first time in 9 games Manchester City have kept a clean sheet. How about that, man? How about that? A clean sheet for the first time in 9 games. Now, if we were playing against slightly better opposition, would we have kept a clean sheet today? It's tough to tell. It's tough to tell. There was some dodgy moments, some dodgy passing out from the back. Keeper held on to it once or twice a bit too long. But listen, it's neither here nor there. We kept our clean sheet. Listen, first of all, house rules before we dive into the ins and outs of this review. Please, please, please hit a like on this stream. It massively helps. And subscribe if you are new around here. And also, a massive, massive thank you to every single one of you who has subscribed around here. We have finally hit 85,000 subscribers. So big up to each and every single one of you for helping us achieve the goal of 85. The next goal is 90k, and then we're on the real home stretch to the big 100k. So listen, cheers to you lot. 85k, you guys made it happen. We made it happen. Big up the community, man. Big up the community. Right, we are into the Club World Cup final. The final, like I said, 1 win away from becoming World Cup champions, Club World Cup champions. I prefer to say World Cup champions. It sounds a bit more prestigious. But I want to talk about the overall performance, because I think the overall performance was decent. It was decent, you know. When you talk about no Haaland, you talk about no Doku, no De Bruyne, the image of the three of those sitting together in the stands watching the game, if I was a rival fan, that would strike a bit of fear into me. I'm not going to lie, it would. You see Kevin De Bruyne, Erling Haaland, and Jeremy Doku sitting on the bench. There's firepower waiting to be unloaded. And when those three are back fit and firing, like, we can all rant and rave about the link up Erling Haaland's going to have with Kevin De Bruyne. We know with us, like, we've seen that all through last season. We've never seen De Bruyne link up with Doku. I think having an extremely fast winger out there for Kevin De Bruyne to pick passes through could be really, really effective. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what a Doku De Bruyne sort of dynamic looks like. But listen, they didn't feature today. We won today without them. I thought the performance was decent. Obviously, it's a big change to go from playing Premier League football to going out to Saudi Arabia, playing against a team you've never played against before in totally different conditions to what you've been playing in for the last 3, 4, 5 months. But I thought the performance was good. You know, in the first half, it was kind of like we had all the ball, complete domination as we generally do, but we weren't putting chances to bed. We weren't creating too many chances. You know, I think that was kind of understandable, though. I think that was to be expected with no striker. We kind of had to adapt a bit again to playing with a false nine, didn't we? And I thought Bernardo Silva did an absolutely fantastic job at being a tyrant in and around the edge of the 18-yard box. You know, that's not his role. He's not a number 9. He likes to be on the wing. He likes to be in midfield. He's not really a false 9, but he's just such a good footballer that he can make it happen. He can make it work. So shout out to him. But the main man that I want to talk about, Blue Moon is right here, is Matheus Nunes. Matheus Nunes, I wasn't familiar with your game. I was not familiar with your game, my friend. You know, over the last sort of week or so, I've been saying a lot about how there's 3 midfielders on the bench a lot recently, and Kovacic, who we'll talk about as well, Nunes and Calvin Phillips, and it didn't seem like Pep really trusted any of them, especially when we were playing kind of Rico Lewis as a number 8 or as a midfielder. We're kind of like, why isn't Nunes playing there? I see vision with Matheus Nunes. I see a future for Matheus Nunes. I see why we brought in Matheus Nunes. This guy, given time, given consistency, given a run of games, he can be a super, super effective player. He really does offer a dynamic that we haven't really seen for a while in terms of he's a natural ball-carrying midfielder, Matheus Nunes. I've got his stats here from that game. Let's have a look at them. Yeah, so here we go. Matheus Nunes versus Urawa Red Diamonds. He had 90 touches on the ball, 54 accurate passes, 87% pass accuracy, 10 ground duel ones. Now, this is something else as well that needs to be highlighted with Matheus Nunes. He's very combative. He's very combative. You know, in games recently where we've been overran in the midfield, particularly Aston Villa. I'm looking at that Aston Villa game where our midfield's being bypassed. We're getting absolutely ran over. There was no Rodri. There was no real presence. John Stones was deployed in as a 6 after coming back from a long-term injury. Matheus Nunes is a fantastic option to put him there because he's really, really combative. He wants to get involved. He wants to win the ball back. He doesn't mind the 50-50 challenge. He's aggressive. He's technically great. He can make passes happen. He's got a vision for creativity. He's a really, really good all-round, I don't know about all-round midfielder just yet, but he's a really, really, how do I describe this? He's a new dynamic for us. He's a new type of player for us, and I really like the attributes that he's bringing. And once he can improve on them and start adding goals and assists, which I've no doubt he will over time through consistency, we're going to have a really good player in our hands. I mean, Lag says here, his line breaking and straight running is crazy. He's a powerful runner. He's a powerful runner. For someone like, I know he's tall, but he's not particularly like wham. You know what I mean? He's not a muscle man. For someone who's not a heavy looking Donny, his power when running with the ball is something that's quite astonishing. He doesn't get shirked off the ball very easily. He doesn't get knocked off in a challenge very easily. He's a powerful guy, essentially. He's a powerful midfielder. He's a presence in there, which is something that's only going to be a benefit to us. You know, he's defensive, he's attacking. I'm really, really excited about Matheus Nunes, H. And that's 2 good performances now in a row for Nunes. I thought he was really good out in Belgrade. Granted, it was a dead rubber game, didn't mean a huge amount, but we saw something. You know, when we talk about Calvin Phillips and how we never saw anything with Calvin Phillips that really makes it go, okay, I see something here. I see a future. We saw something in Belgrade with Nunes. We've seen something again with Matheus Nunes tonight in Saudi Arabia. I think us as City fans, we have every right to be at least excited about him. At least excited about him. Like, you think when De Bruyne comes back, who's a total creator, he's a chief creator, and you put Nunes beside him, who's a combative, ball-winning and aggressive in the attack and ball-carrying midfielder, there's a potential dynamic there to be made with De Bruyne, Nunes, Rodri, if Nunes keeps progressing in the right way. If Nunes keeps improving and learning and adapting, he can work his way into this team. I have full belief that Nunes can work his way into being a first-choice midfielder for Manchester City. I'm not prepared to say that about Mateo Kovacic, although I was quietly impressed with Mateo Kovacic tonight. He scored a goal. I couldn't believe my eyes. Mateo Kovacic, someone who's totally not known for scoring goals, took his finish really well, to be fair. I think Kovacic, I want to see more of that from him. I want to see more of those ghosting runs, those runs through the middle, trying to get in the end of a pass. He seems sometimes too focused, Kovacic, on just ball retention. My sole role is just keep the ball moving, stay, outside the 18-yard box, keep it moving, let somebody else do the actual penetration. No, I need to see Kovacic get in the end of a ball. I need to see Kovacic start delivering goals and assists, because if you want to be a Manchester City midfielder, you have to be able to contribute with G&A. So tonight, I was happy with him. So I'm not prepared to say yet I can see Kovacic becoming, one of the starting midfielders. But I think with Nunes, there's definitely room for, there's definitely potential for Nunes to become a very, very important player for us. And I believe he's only 24 years of age. So you think about it. If he's the way he is now and what we've seen now at 24, 25 years of age, what's he going to be like when he's 27, 28? Should he keep progressing the way we all hope he does? I'm very, very excited about Matheus Nunes. Very impressed with him. Very, very impressed with him over his last 2 appearances. Chat, do me a favor, would you? Please hit the like button and subscribe if you're new around here. The likes really, really do help. Your support is absolutely class tonight. We definitely improved in the second half, but it still took us 50 minutes. So if we play like this, we can beat Fluminense. Fluminense will be it'll be a step up. It will be. They have that. They have Marcelo, of course, one of the most decorated players of all time, and they have that Andre guy who is actively reaching out to Man City to come and get him. So it'll be interesting to get a good look at him. But no doubt they will be a step up from what we experienced tonight. So that'll be another interesting test. I mean, with all due respect to Urawa, Red Diamonds, Red Diamonds, they were totally out of their depth. They were totally out of their depth. I don't think City ever got anywhere near top gear. I don't think we needed to. We played our game. We scored our goals. The first goal was the OG, wasn't it? The OG. Getting in behind, putting the ball across the box, it's always going to be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? When you don't have a striker, I'm a big fan of just drilling the ball across the box. Hope one of your players gets on the end of it and anticipates it, or else a defender will hit in the back of his own net. Who scored the second goal again? Trying to remember off the top of my head. I forgot now. Where was it? Oh, yeah. Kovacic. Yeah, Kovacic took his goal very well. And then Bernardo Silva with another semi-deflected goal. But listen, Bernardo Silva deserved that for playing out of position. Yeah, Kovacic, I totally forgot. I was only speaking about the goal a second ago. But yeah, Kovacic took his goal really well. And a great assist from Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker, I was happier with his positioning tonight. I still think he looks a little bit shaky on the ball and in his passing, but I was much happier to see Kyle Walker not becoming a right winger, not bombing up the pitch, not trying to get involved in attacks. Let Bernardo Silva go out there and do that. Let whoever, Nunes, go out there and do that. Foden, go out there and do that. We don't need Kyle Walker going up the pitch and becoming a right winger. Likewise, we didn't need Nathan Ake going up the left and becoming a left winger and taking up space for Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish, I thought, was decent tonight as well. I thought he was okay tonight as well. I think he could have probably scored at least once if he pulled the trigger. But look, it is what it is. It was one of those days where we didn't need to because we won 3-0 in the end. But look, I'm happy with it, man. I'm happy with it overall. I can't complain. I think Nunes was the man of the match for me. I think he was the man of the match for me. It was good to get Rodri off with 20 minutes to go. It was good to get Bernardo Silva off with about half an hour to go and let them get ready for Friday night. So, look, it is what it is, man. I'm really happy with tonight as well, Martin. Big up Martin, Mancunian way. Nunes man of the match, I agree. What are your thoughts, guys? I'm going to have a look at City Extra's Twitter here and see have we got any more information or stats or anything worth looking at. The Nunes one is obviously getting most of the attention. Man City successfully recorded a clean sheet first time in 9 games. Yeah, first time in 9 games getting a clean sheet is crazy. It's crazy. Considering how defensively solid we were last season, to go 9 games without a clean sheet is a bit wild. But look, it's here now, and hopefully the defense takes some confidence for that. Red Diamonds 0, Man City 3, full-time stats. Possession, we had 74% possession. We had 25 total shots. Now, that's more like it. That's more like my team. 25 total shots, man. That's what I want to see. And 9 on target, much improved. 7 I thought some of the corners were decent tonight, by the way. 4 big chances, and then accurate passes 776. 25 total shots. Obviously, it just screams total domination. 74% possession screams total domination. That's what we experience. But that's more like it. That's what I want to see. You would like to think with 25 shots on goal, if you had an Erling Haaland in there, you might win 4 or 5-0. You know what I'm saying? I think this little break for Erling Haaland won't do him any harm either. Do you know what I'm saying? Let him get some hot weather training and let him chill out a bit out in Saudi and enjoy watching the football for a bit, so he can come back around hopefully the same time as Kevin De Bruyne, and we really go and click into gear then. So yeah, man, I'm really happy with how it went tonight. Like I really want to win this competition now. I really do. I mean, and out of 10, 1 to 10, how badly do you guys want to win the Club World Cup? How do you rank it as a competition? I've gone over in depth now a few times how I feel winning. I don't actually rate the competition as such, and I believe this is the last edition of this competition. But I just think for our overall morale moving forward and the boost we will get from winning the competition will only benefit us in our pursuit of the major trophies, which of course is the Premier League and the Champions League. Lizzie says 11 out of 10. Best of Front says 10 out of 10. I think I'm a 10 out of 10. I think I really want... No, sorry. I tell a lie. I tell a lie. Why am I lying to you, lot? I'm going to say like a 7 out of 10. Because I won't... If we don't win it, I'm not going to come on here and angry rant at you guys. You know what I'm saying? But I want to win it because I think the rewards as a team that we'll gain are not to be laughed at. They're not to be sneered at, because the reality is right now in the Premier League we're honking the gaff up. In the Premier League we are honking the gaff up, and we need every little bit of morale we can get, every little boost we can get. Yeah, Lizzie, I mean it, man. A 7, like a 10 out of 10 is like the Premier League. I want that 4-peat. You know what I'm saying? I want to win the Premier League for the 4th time in a row. That's a 10 out of 10. Champions League is a 10 out of 10. FA Cup might be like an 8 or a 9. Carabao might be like a 7 as well, or a 6, whatever. That's the kind of metric I'm on. 10 out of 10. A lot of 10s for this competition. A lot of 10s for the prestigious Club World Cup and the last ever edition. I wonder if we win the Club World Cup this year, do we just get to keep the trophy? Do we just get to keep it? Because they're never doing this competition again, as far as I'm aware. So I think I would like to think if we win it on Friday, we just get to keep it. Don't know. Let's see, is there anything else on Twitter for me to look at? Any good stats or anything? Because look, there's not a huge amount to really go over. There's nothing to really criticize, is there? Other than some sloppy passing around the back. Ederson got caught in the ball once, which nearly cost us, but he recovered very well. Ederson put in a huge challenge as well, by the way. You know, people talking about the way he should have got sent off against Crystal Palace. It's the kind of player he is, man. He takes risks, and more often than not, the risk will pay off. Tonight, I thought that challenge, you guys will know the one I'm on about if you watched the game. He timed it like an elite centre half. Obviously, Ruben Diaz got a rest as well. I think that'll only do him well. Ruben Diaz needs to be taken out of the spotlight for a little bit, doesn't he? Kanji got booked. Oscar Bob came on. Vardiel came on. Alvarez. It's kind of a weird one. Julian Alvarez, you know. I wonder why he didn't start Alvarez as an out-and-out number 9. I wonder why. Like, would Alvarez be disappointed with that not to start as the out-and-out number 9? I mean, he came on, and there was one incident with Alvarez that I think is just part and parcel of the issue that he has, which is his actual technical ability at times. Like, he got kind of semi-played through on goal at one stage late in the second half, and his first touch just completely got away from him. If you want to be an elite number 9, an elite bagsman in and around the box, your first touch has to be goal, or else something that sets you up for a goal. It has to be. So something Alvarez is going to have to improve on. It's just his first touch. He's going to have to get used to taking the ball at pace and maneuvering himself into a position where he can get a shot off. That's something Sergio Aguero was absolutely elite at. Was if he didn't hit it first time, his first touch would set himself up for a shot. Sergio Aguero was one of the best I've ever seen at doing that. And that's something Alvarez is going to have to work on if he wants to even think of becoming a world-class number 9. There's no doubt the kid's got serious quality and serious potential, but there's also no doubt, if we're being honest, that there's things he has to improve on. Phil Foden got taken off. John Stones got taken off. John Stones, I thought, was decent. We got a lot more control. We got a lot more control with John Stones there. Obviously, it was great to see Stones and Rodri on the same pitch together again, because we know how well they work together. Calvin Phillips came on once again. What can I say? I wasn't impressed with Calvin Phillips. I wasn't unimpressed, but I wasn't impressed, if you get what I'm saying. Gave the ball away once or twice. A bit slow decision making. He's done. He's done. I don't know why we brought him on. I suppose there weren't many other options, but look, it is what it is. Yeah, Stones was sharp. Stones was sharp by Guardiola. I was glad to see. Like, I think I feel very positive right now. I feel good about the whole thing. I feel things are slowly but surely. I don't want to jump the gun and say we're clicking into gear. We're going to get very soon. We're going to be at that top level Manchester City. But things are slowly kind of falling into place for us. John Stones is getting sharp. He's starting to look better. He's back from his injury. Hopefully it doesn't reoccur. Rodri is back consistently. Hopefully he's here to stay for now. De Bruyne back in training. Haaland should be back on the pitch. Hopefully just before Kevin De Bruyne. Jeremy Doku not far off playing again. I feel a bit better. A clean sheet as well. I feel a bit better. I feel a bit more positive about the whole thing. A little bit of business in January, and who knows? Who knows? We could be onto a winner. So, yeah, look, quick 20-minute review. Got my thoughts out. Not a huge amount to say. I mean, what really can you say when you win 3-0 against Urawa Red Diamonds? Yeah, Akanji was decent, man. Akanji was decent. I know he got his yellow card, but he was decent. Everything is falling into place. I like to think I am Guardiola. I really hope it is. Grealish frustrated you, Joseph. Yeah, he did. I understand why. But if you're looking at the bigger picture, the way we played tonight was death by a million passes. And Jack Grealish is, unfortunately, that's his thing, death by a million passes. He won't do step overs. He won't take on the fullback too often, but he'll keep it moving and he'll allow space for other players. That's what he offers. But I can understand your frustration when Jack Grealish isn't, the one I'm on about, where he should have just pulled the trigger. He tried to go around the goalkeeper. He tried to go around a defender. He tried to fool the defender. He ends up giving the ball or pulling off a poor shot, blocked, and it's a waste of a chance. But when you weigh it up, look, with Jack Grealish, you got to take the rough with the smooth. He does offer. The pros outweigh the cons for me with Jack Grealish. You know what I'm saying? Our overall ball control, our overall domination of the game, it's better with Jack Grealish. It is. I would like him to be more aggressive in attack. I'd like him to take on the full back more, but there's clearly a reason behind why he's not. He's obviously told not to. Otherwise, he would. That was the kind of player he was. Haaland will play against, or in the next Premier League game. I hope so. I hope he plays against Everton. That's going to be a tough game, man. That Everton game on the 27th in Goodison Park, and they are full of vim right now, man. They are full of confidence. It's like that points deduction never happened, or else they've used it like a siege mentality type of thing. They're smashing it. That is going to be tough. That Everton away game is going to be significantly tougher than the Palace at home game. Let me get that straight. But yeah, listen, that's kind of it from me. 25-minute stream. Please smash a like on this. I look forward to previewing for the Fluminense game on Friday. Hopefully win the Club World Cup then. And yeah, hit a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all very soon. See you in a bit.